video, and NFL films. "1994 was a year for celebration, as professional football marked its 75th anniversary with fanfare and ceremony. The Atlanta Falcons also had cause to celebrate in '94, as they marked a new beginning.
Out of time. Sprinting to the near side, now throws downfield. Mathis open at the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Picked up by Eric Jack. Go, baby. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Eric Jack's got a touchdown. Eric Jack's got a touchdown. Oh, baby, big play by the defense again. Pass George, little slant to Emmanuel at the 5, at the 2, at the 1, Burt's in the end zone for a touchdown. Here's Ironhead up the middle, 3, Ironhead 2, Ironhead, touchdown.
Anniversaries are always special because they mark the passage of time. So do new beginnings. In 1994, the June Jones era of Falcon football took flight. And under his first-year leadership flocked a host of new faces. New faces who found new life in Atlanta. There was also one old face who called it a career after 17 seasons. The '94 campaign was steeped in tradition, as veterans were honored and throwback uniforms were donned. But tradition was no guarantee of success. Although there were spectacular plays and satisfying wins, the Falcons were inconsistent in the place it hurts the most, the win column. But their ups and downs in the standings belied a steady effort on the field each time out. All signs of the '94 season point to good things on the horizon. Behind Jeff George, the new run-and-shoot offense finished 7th in the league and featured precision passing, big play excitement, and a receiver who came from nowhere to shatter records. The good things that will come to this team in the future will have had their origin in 1994, a season that left a lasting impression on fans, and one in which the new Atlanta Falcons succeeded in earning their wings. The '94 season began in Detroit. When Jeff George hit Terrence Mathis with a touchdown pass to give the Falcons a late fourth-quarter lead, it looked like June Jones' debut would be a success. But any celebration was premature. The Lions scored in the waning seconds to send the game to overtime, where they had a chance to steal victory on a field goal.
Jason Hansen, can he do it? Hansen's kick is on its way. It's good! The Lions win it in overtime. 31-28.
It was a devastating loss that would haunt the Falcons for the rest of the season. They returned to the Georgia Dome in dire need of a little home cooking. Inside, the Falcon faithful woke from their off-season slumber to find a new #1 in town. And a tough new attitude.
Close the gate in front of the ball. Ready? Run it! Miller, big rush from the outside by Darnell Walker. He's got him for the sack. Back at the 45-yard line.
All right, Jeffrey, let's hit it right here. Let's come right on out. Tom, 81X and C9. Hit Andre for a touch.
The big investment was paying handsome dividends.
George back to pass. Looks, throws. There's Rison. He's got a touchdown in the left corner.
That's a hell of a play. That's a hell of a play.
George June Jones had his first win, and the team had a healthy dose of momentum heading into Week 3. But they dropped a Sunday night game at home to the Chiefs. Suddenly, they were 1-2. With their next 2 games on the road, hopes of a fast start were dimming. The first stop on the road was Washington, D.C. Over the years, playing in the nation's capital had been strictly capital punishment for the Falcons. They had never won there in 10 tries. Appropriately clad in throwback uniforms, they took to the task of overcoming the ghosts of the past. But first, they had to overcome themselves.
George falls, gets up, fires over the middle. Mathis has it, touchdown! Unbelievable!
But the D.C. jinx wasn't in jeopardy just yet. The Birds trailed until the third quarter when George hit Bert Emanuel for the go-ahead score, and the Falcons never looked back. The Falcons rode that spirit of the throwback weekend to L.A. for a rematch with the Rams. It would be an old-fashioned defensive slugfest. The Falcon defense would surrender only a field goal, but the Birds trailed 5-0 with under 4 minutes to play. With Jeff George injured, Bobby Hebert came off the bench to rally the Red Gun.
Pass, looks, fires over the middle. Touchdown to Ricky Sanders! Ricky Sanders with the touchdown! Oh, baby!
The Falcons were the victors in the only 8-5 game in NFL history. They headed for home to see if a third straight win was in the cards. Inside the dome, Jeff George was doing a little dealing of his own, lighting up the Buccaneers for 2 touchdowns. Ironhead Hayward had his best game of the season with 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. Still, the top brass wanted more.
Pretty nice to hit this right here, wouldn't it?
Suddenly, the Falcons were 4-2 and ready to knock heads with anyone. A key during that 3-game win stretch was the play of the defense. Free agent signee D.J. Johnson kept clear sight lines on opposing quarterbacks and picked off a team-high 5 passes and played as solid a corner as there was in the league. Safety Kevin Ross was the everything man among the team leaders in tackles, interceptions, hustle, and heart. Defensive end number 90 Chuck Smith notched a team-high 11 sacks and is only getting better with each season. With number 56 Chris Dolman lined up on the other side, the defense had a pair of bruising bookends to pressure opposing quarterbacks. Clay Matthews, the man who's played more games at linebacker than anyone in NFL history, had a stellar season with over 100 tackles. But the leader of the defense, as usual, was Jesse Tuggle, who led the team in tackles for the 6th straight season and was selected to his 2nd Pro Bowl. It was no secret. When the defense played well, the Falcons won football games, and the fans gave them their support.
Defense! Defense!
But all too often in '94, the defense didn't hold, and soon it became evident where the strength of the '94 team lay.
Offense! Offense! Offense!
That offense is commonly known as the run and shoot. Its architect is new head coach and former Falcon quarterback June Jones. But before he installed a new system of X's and O's, Jones instilled a new pride in his team while shunning the spotlight himself.
June Jones and Atlanta Falcons.
I don't want to be first.
Well, it's the whole team. You're
Huh?
just leading.
Oh, okay.
They're just going to lead you out.
I don't want to be first. Team is more important than anybody else, isn't it?
When it comes to the intricacies of the run and shoot, Jones is a master. His star pupil is Jeff George. With Jones as his guru, George played at a higher level of consciousness in '94. He started all 16 games, set a team record for pass completions, and threw a career-high 23 touchdown passes. But more important than statistics was the quiet acceptance he found in Atlanta. To be a Falcon under June Jones, you don't have to talk the talk. You just have to speak the language.
Let's go hum 81 X curl switch. '81 X choice drag. Let's go hum. Let's go yap. Hum.
Sometimes the terminology is quite simple.
Let's take a shot in the end zone.
In Jones' offense, George is an innovator, a creator, making things happen any which way he can. But you better believe he still has the rifle arm to take it deep. In this offense, everyone gets tutored, from rookie Bert Emanuel to veteran Ricky Sanders.
Ricky, you gotta be tighter, and push that guy down. Go right at him, step in and clear him on the outside.
Throw in Ironhead Hayward, and the run and shoot has a big gun. Hayward rushed for a career-high 779 yards and scored 8 touchdowns, all in just 11 starts. There were other notable achievements in '94. Kicker Norm Johnson continued his outstanding efforts, extending his PAT streak to 139 and going 21 for 25 on field goals. Against the Saints, he kicked 6 field goals to set a team record. On special teams, Elbert Shelley covered the field like a tarp and was rewarded with his 3rd trip to the Pro Bowl. But the most notable happening in '94 was the retirement of the man who's played more games for the Falcons than any other, left tackle Mike Ken. And what a way to go. Together with Dave Richards, Roman Fortin, Mike Zandowski, and Bob Whitfield, Ken was part of a unit that set the club record for fewest sacks per play. In his 17th season, Ken still showed the form that made him a 5-time Pro Bowl selection during his career. A career that began as a first-round draft choice back in 1978. Since then, he's played an amazing 251 games, 6th on the all-time NFL list. A team leader, Ken will be sorely missed in '95, not just for his blocking, but for the steadying influence he provided to a franchise over 3 different decades. But Ken's isn't the only face that won't be seen in camp next year. In the middle of the '94 season, the Falcon family lost another enduring figure when equipment manager Whitey Zimmerman tragically died of a heart attack. The original Falcon. Whitey had been with the team since its inception in 1966. Training camps and seasons will come and go, much as they always have. But the presence of Whitey Zimmerman in the Falcon locker room will forever be missed. Whitey's death weighed heavily on the players as they prepared to face the 7-1 San Diego Chargers.
No comments. We're just gonna play hard.
It was a hard-hitting, knock-'em-down battle in which the defense played inspired ball.
That's for Whitey, baby.
The game's sole touchdown was as dramatic as they come.
George back to pass, swings it out. There's the catch. That should be a first down. Mathis breaks the tackle at the 5. He's at the 2. He's at the 1. He's in for a touchdown. Oh, baby. What a second and third effort by Terrence Mathis. Looked like all he was going to get was the first down. He got more. He got 6. I don't know how he got that one. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable is exactly the word for the story of Terrence Mathis, the steal among 94's free agents who pumped up a team and a town.
I'd hate to be a DB now.
In 4 years with the Jets, Mathis caught a total of 93 passes. In his first year with the Falcons, he set a team record with 111 catches, third most in NFL history. Even when he wasn't catching the ball, he had a nose for it.
Check it out.
In a Week 13 showdown against the Eagles, Mathis was at his best, shaking loose and catching 2 touchdown passes.
Myers caught by Mathis at the 5. He takes it into the corner. Touchdown! Takes the snap, drops back to throw, looking, floats it in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown to Terrence Mathis!
For Terrence Mathis, 1994 truly was unbelievable. But the Eagle game was far from over and would require a total team effort. Chuck Smith led the defense with 3 sacks. And Ironhead provided the scoring punch.
Play Ironhead up the middle. Ironhead breaks a tackle. 2-1. Ironhead touchdown! Greg Hayward. He's got the football in his arm, and there it goes, deep into the crowd in the end zone.
It was up to the defense to halt the Eagles' final rally.
I'm sure Cunningham may go after the rookie Anthony Phillips. Cunningham out of the shotgun. 4-man Falcon rush. There's the toss going after him. Phillips has the interception. It's over. Oh, my goodness. It's over.
In beating the Eagles, the Falcons showed they had guts. So did some of their fans. At 6-6, they were back in the playoff chase. But just when they thought their time had come, it vanished before their eyes. Atlanta lost 3 straight games to fall out of contention. But what really hurt were the 4 times during the course of the season when they had the lead with under 2 minutes to play and lost. An overtime heartbreaker in Detroit. A last-second field goal in New Orleans.
It's on its way.
A bad call in Denver.
Loose at the 12-yard mark.
And a desperation lunge in Green Bay.
Sideline 5. Touchdown.
All close plays that had gone the other way. It was frustrating, gut-wrenching, enough to make a team throw in the towel and wait for next year. But the Falcons didn't. They had one more game remaining against the brash, swaggering Cardinals. and it would become a true test of their character. Playoffs or not, the Falcons had their game faces on for the final game of '94.
Today is a true test.
Big day here in Atlanta.
The Falcons drew first blood.
First down 10. Jeff George looking, fires far sideline, wide open. Bert Emanuel. He could be gone at the 40, at the 30. Kiss Bert bye-bye.
It was all out on every play. The Falcons clinging to a slim lead, trying to protect it. On a last-second heave, the Cardinals stole down to the 1-yard line. And June Jones' Falcons were once again faced with a galling prospect of losing another one at the gun.
One play, 3 seconds left from the 1-yard line. Schrader, hands off, Moore, didn't get in! He didn't get in! Falcons win it! Falcons win it! They stop him at the 1-yard line. It's over. We win a close one. We win it at the end.
Before we have a prayer, I want to give this ball to Mike Ken. And I'm going to tell you, Mike, it couldn't make me happier for the team that we beat to give this to you.
I tell you, that's a real signature on our season. I mean, instead of losing it at the end, we come up to play to win it. And that's unbelievable, and that's a credit to you guys. And that'll take you someplace next year. Just remember it. Thank you.
Next year, the eternal hope of players and fans alike. Only the Falcons aren't just waiting around for kickoff. They're gearing up for success. An additional weapon in their arsenal in '95 will be wide receiver J.J. Burden. A big play threat every time he steps on the field, Burden will add even more firepower to an already fine receiving corps. Also joining the Falcons will be the dynamic Eric Metcalf, whether at running back, receiver, or returning kicks. Metcalf is the kind of game breaker who will thrive in the run and shoot. There will be cause to celebrate next year again as well. In '95, the Falcons turn a healthy 30 years old. In the NFL's 75th anniversary season, the new Atlanta Falcons earn their wings by playing hard on each and every play. Next season, they'll return a year older, a year wiser, ready to celebrate a new anniversary and take off in full flight.